afternoon, everyone. This is Erin. I am your instructor here at the brush room, and I just want to welcome everyone in. I hope everyone's having a great day. Today, we're going to talk about the color wheel. Color wheel. You're going to find them in many different sizes. They all do the same thing. For ease of use and visual purposes, we're going to use this one. Okay, so on one side, you're going to find all of these colors, okay? All of the colors of the rainbow. And then in segments, you're going to say, okay, you're going to see if we add red, if we add yellow, if we add blue, what happens? And that's what this window is. And then on this side, you're going to see the value scale. So darkest to absence of color completely. Okay? That's what's on this side of the color wheel. On the other side of the color wheel is where we start to understand relationships between colors. Here's what I mean by that. Let's go ahead and start here. We have the arrow here, okay? Red. Its complement directly across the color wheel is green, okay? That's what this arrow means. What this arrow means is that it's a split complementary color, which means it's still a complement, but that leads to red, and it will give you different variations of the same color, but it's still the complement. Now, why do we need to know the complement? I'm going to flip this over so you can see. When we have red and we add green, which is the complement, we're going to get brown. If we add red to this lighter green, we're going to get a different shade of brown. If we add red to this shade of green, we're going to get a different shade of bluish brown. Okay? It's going to be a muted color. And I'm going to demonstrate this in our painting. We're going to practice this tomorrow in our painting. We might have time to practice it today. But that is why we need to know what the complement of each color is, because what it will do is it will create a brown. It will automatically dull it out and create a brown. Now this brown is going to be more vibrant than if you just grab a tube of brown and use brown paint. Because when we use the color wheel to our advantage, we can create those vibrant colors that you can only get by using a saturated color. Instead of using black and white and brown that comes from the factory, we can actually use the colors that come in nature by knowing what our color wheel looks like. Okay? So starting after we practice this color wheel, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start to pull out. I have a color cube, 2 color cubes actually, and there's 500 different variations of color schemes. And we're going to start our painting world by practicing with those color schemes. Okay? It's very fun. I started doing that on YouTube. You can go see some of those tutorials. But just to start off with, we're going to use their color palettes. Now, this right here is called a complementary color scheme. And a complementary color scheme, because it has red and it has blue. This is the primary colors. You see that? And then this is complementary color scheme right here. The next thing that you're going to see on your color wheel is you're going to see how to harmonious. So the predominant color in the color scheme of the painting using, so like a harmonious color scheme would be this, or would be this, or would be this. Okay? This is complementary. This is split complementary. And then this is a triadic. I know, it gives you all the definitions right here. If we use 3 colors in a row, this is analogous. If we use all these colors, it's monochromatic. That's all I'm going to say about that. That is the whole color wheel. But it takes a while to master it. And I still, after all these years, am still trying to master the color wheel. Basically, what it helps you do is it helps you, quilters use this, crafters use this, people that are interior decorators use this, and painters and artists use this. And the reason is because it's what creates a beautiful painting or a beautiful quilt pattern, uh, variation of colors, or it helps you create really good color schemes so you don't look at it and go, ugh, I don't like that. I don't know why, but I just don't like it. So knowing how to use this really is helpful. Okay. Is it the end of the world? No, but it does give us some help. Okay. I really like this side where it says, oh yeah, if I add these two together, I'm gonna get poop brown. Right? If I add the opposite of blue is orange. So if I go over here to orange and I add blue, I'm going to get this kind of poopy blue, gray, brown, icky, right? If I go over and take yellow and add it to purple, I'm going to get this pukey, green, brown, right? It just helps you understand where you're at when you're trying to figure things out. Also, adding black and white doesn't necessarily mean a more vibrant or a less vibrant color. In fact, if you want a more vibrant red, you're going to add orange. You're going to mix these two and create orange, and then you're going to add the orange to the red, and that's going to make red more vibrant. But you don't know those things until you start playing around with the color wheel. So that's all for today's video, because this is a lot. If you don't have one of these, I would recommend getting one. You can also print one off the internet if you and just print it off your home computer or home printer if you don't have the means to buy one. It doesn't have all of these, but I can help you with all of that on learning how to do that, because tomorrow we are going to practice mixing colors using our color wheel chart. And then we are going to start with our color cube challenge and use palettes there and learn how to mix some colors. Okay? But this is the starting basics and foundation. I hope it made sense. If you have questions, please like, comment, ask me questions. I'm more than happy to take the time and answer any of those for you. But here we are. Color wheel. Please say it with me. I can't do art wrong. Art is not scary. I can't do art wrong. My friends, be well and be blessed. God bless you all, and I will see you tomorrow.